up, goofies?
Welcome back to Timster. Population 1 is now free, and this game is really solid. It is technically Fortnite virtual reality. It's far more simplified, obviously. It going free to play though is just a massive game changer. I jumped in, of course, for a few hours. This was my first time ever actually playing this game because I felt like a $30 USD mark was just too expensive for what it had to offer. Being free, this multiplies. It's not just because it's free now that's the reason why it's a solid game. Like, no, being free now, it over delivers. And there's so much things as far as, we could just break this down, right? How it simplifies into Fortnite virtual reality. It has somewhat, not really a build feature, it just has these walls with resources that you're able to build up to protect you from gunfights. And I love utilizing those. That's just more of a strategic plan. I don't know if they're gonna have like their own quote unquote zero build, maybe their own version of no resources type mods, but that is just one way of how it relates to Fortnite VR. Now let's talk about the health and shield. You get your 100, which is exactly, you have to build up on that shield. You start off with 100 life, and then you got to build up on that blue shield, which is like soda pops and just tons of stuff you can do. Opening the soda pop and actually putting it towards your head is really cool. It immerses me so much, and I enjoyed that part of it so like a lot. It was really fun with that. So there was like soda pop. There was this other stuff that you can just, there was a shaker, like a protein mini shaker. I thought that was pretty fun. That just relates to my everyday life. I like to be very active, so that's pretty fun. And so doing that was awesome, and that builds up your blue shield over time. You can just also just get like battery type shields similar to like maybe an Apex-ish, but you don't really put it on like Apex. So that how already all of that is Fortnite familiar. So if you're into Battle Royale, especially Fortnite, you already know those types of I guess features that you can be really used to. Now another thing that really does happen, the ground loot. So when you're picking up on ground loot, it is awesome, and I feel that picking up on this ground loot is cool. It kind of levels up your guns later. You get your custom loadouts, your skins, and there's everything what we're used to with Fortnite. Of course, Fortnite is so much of a veteran essential now because they've been around for a lot of years, almost advanced for a lot of people because there's so much complex stuff going on now and within Fortnite, because they have to keep leveling up to retain their audience and just to really enhance that retention. With Population 1, it's kind of new now because it's free, and so keeping our retention is going to be really cool. Right now the spark is really high, just like how you jump. I love how when you in the beginning you do jump off, you jump into your pod and you go in and you're able to fly out. You extend your arms also to kind of like fly on your glider. So that's very similar also with Fortnite VR. Your glider, then you're landing. You can also, you mark spots so you can definitely ping exactly where you want to go to let your enemies know. There's not really like an enemy ping. There's just like a regular ping, or at least from what I know, it's just like a regular ping just to let you know where everything's going down at. Just so doing that was really cool. And going back to the gun aspect, so you pick it up, the guns kind of level up later within ground loot, and of course they have like supply drops, and you can also customize your loadouts. All the skins are cool as you level up, kind of like their mini version of a battle pass. So all of that is just so familiar from just the pod, kind of, but when you eject from the pod, that's when it really feels like a real battle royale, when you're extending your arms and flying around like a glider. That was really cool. Drop-in's really cool. You still get your fall damage type essential, so you definitely don't want to mess up on all that. One thing going on, I would say those are all the cool solid things that I really like so much. Ammo, loading a mag is pretty easy. It kind of gives you like the variants of how to do it, especially if you're about to get into a gunfight and you're trying to shoot and you're like, what the heck? And you look, you would see that it's just telling you like to push in your magazine and then load up your gun real quick. It gives you all your ammo, what you have, what's going on. I thought that was really cool. There's not too much groups, squads, and we're gonna get more into the squad aspect, of course. There's threes in your trios, and I don't know how much they do total. Is it 7, I believe? I know it's not a lot of people on that map, and the zone kind of closes fairly quickly, so the matches go actually pretty fast compared to like an average Fortnite match with me. An average Fortnite, if you try to last at least top 5, you're at least going a little bit more than 17 minutes. I think this is a little bit less, I would say, for sure. I mean, the trios goes by pretty quickly. The zone kind of shuts it down pretty quick. The highest I got today was a second place one, so that was pretty fun. It was pretty sweaty though. I ran into a massively advanced one. They have like little icons under them to tell you that they've been playing for a long time and who they are, and if they're original. It says like banana original or something like that, and that lets you know kind of like how the players are, if they really know their stuff. So he was kind of getting mad at us a little bit because we didn't really know that much, but it was still pretty fun because I kind of just overviewed, already know how to play type of battle royales. I just wasn't hitting my shots that game, and so we lost that game. He got pretty pissed, but he was very advanced. So it was cool how they mixed up that, how I was able to run into a very advanced original type player. He knew everything, and versus me, who just barely jumped in like my second game, and to be able to correlate with that was pretty fun in my aspect. Let's talk about squad. Well, I'll talk about the end of my ripes right now. So next after that, what I really enjoy more, you kind of don't mantle in this game, which is weird. You just rock, you walk over like rocks, and it just kind of just automatically does that, unless it's an actual wall climb or a building climb. Now building climbs, you can go so high. We tested that theory and you're able to go all the way up, and I was like, holy, what the, I'm going so high. I was getting so tired doing it, so I kind of gave up on that, and I just kind of jumped off and started gliding wherever I wanted around the map. I only played the original map because you have to be at a certain level in order to get that new map, and I feel that was pretty fun. Climbing is very tiring, but it makes it very much immersive also, and if you can get faster at it, it's a great strategic approach to get when you get in your gunfights. My favorite thing to do is when I'm getting in gunfights now is that I kind of maneuver around the rocks. I climb a lot. I actually throw up some of those walls that they do with resources, and those are pretty easy. And changing out is I do it the manual way. I don't know if there's like a quick swap. I've just been holding on to A and just kind of looking around at my things, and I just swap out real quick. I think that's the only way right now from what I'm figuring out. But I think that's pretty simplified. You just kind of just put your gun up real quick, then you can put up a wall when you're getting into gunfights to protect you. Kind of like a deployable shield, like what they do in Warzone. That's kind of like what it reminds me of. So it kind of has a Fortnite build to it with a deployable shield from like Warzone. So they're like big old like walls type shields. So I was just throwing those up when I was getting gunfights. That was saving me a lot. Let's get into the squads though, right? So like what I said, there was no mantling. The gliding's pretty cool, and then a lot of climbing that makes it very tiring but very immersive, which is great. Now when we're getting into squads, now they have a single player, which kind of I would say kind of clickbaits you into playing because it says single player. You end up going into randoms, into a trios, and I hate that because I know when this game first launched, I believe you were forced to have like a team with you in order to play that. But jumping in as a single player and going with randoms, of course, has its ups and downs. Nobody really likes playing with randoms on other type of your actual fundamental gaming, like console gaming, PC gaming. Nobody wants to do that. So doing that in virtual reality is also very hard because virtual reality is still very much in its younger stages, and so playing with people randoms, trying to learn virtual reality still to jump into this type of game is great for the long haul, especially those that are gonna really put in the work for it this past summer, like this upcoming summer. I mean, if you're gonna put in the work later, then it does help. But you get teamed up with randoms. It's single player, but it's you queuing solo and jumping into a game, kind of like how you queue solo into like a multiplayer game, but you have nobody with you, it's just you. So it's a trios. You can talk to your randoms if you feel like it. The only ripe about that part is that it's difficult. You might get advanced people that get too pissed at you, or you might get like a beginner person that's like they have no clue what they're doing. I'm in the middle. I'm not a full sweat, but I also like very familiar and intermediate with VR already, and I know I'm advanced in certain things in VR. But as far as population one, because I just learned this game, I was kind of in the middle, so I never really had like I'm not too beginner for somebody. I'm a great teammate and I know how to do my call outs and everything, especially for Battle Royale. So if you have someone that just is clueless in VR and clueless in Battle Royale, that's kind of what happens in this game too. So I got a couple of those queues with some people. Reviving people is pretty fun. You kind of just change into your health symbol, you kind of rub it together, and you just kind of just boom, you just get them going, get that little shock rolling, and it doesn't take that long. As long as you're just rubbing it pretty quick, you're able to go, the 1 2 3 clear, boom, you just kind of get them right back up, which is cool. I revived a lot of my teammates. I was pretty fast at it, so that didn't take a lot of time at all. Number one ripe, I'd say, is just jumping in with randoms, of course. I think everything else is pretty much solid. I thought it was a great experience. Now, the last thing that I would add, in my opinion, is that they need to make a solo battle royale experience in this game. If they make a solo battle royale experience in this game, because what happens is that sometimes like my teammates are kind of whack, or my teammates are just really good and I'm terrible. So it's very hard to win a 2v1 situation in this game unless you're really utilizing that strategic approach that I was talking about, where you're putting up those force field walls, the deployable shield type walls, Fortnite type builds. And if you're maneuvering around and climbing and you know how to glide really quick and you know how to switch out really quick, reloading fast or mid reloads, like cancel type reloads, because it is hard to go 1v2, 1v3 in this game. So what happens essentially is that you'll split up from your teammates at times. So sometimes teammates don't know what's going on. They died in the zone and you're going like a 1v2, and that gets very tough. So if they can do a full-on solo battle royale experience in this game, maybe add a little bit more in that lobby with on the classic map. The classic map looks like it won't take too much for the devs. I think that that's going to be super fresh, and that's going to be something worth long haul and hitting within that future, because just doing that already is going to change so much. Like just a solo battle royale experience will keep people playing. I think it gives you something to play for, like a ranking type system / solo battle royale, where you can kind of flaunt how much wins you're getting or your own KDs and all that on solo. And it just helps the overall experience where you don't have to depend on anything else. Obviously, that's why solo kind of does excel in certain situations. People don't like Warzone solos, but Fortnite solos, I love Fortnite solos a lot. It just makes it a better experience for some reason, because that 1v1 can be a different advantage if you rotate the right way and you're able to get them. So I think, in my opinion, if they can make this a solo battle royale experience as an option, now you can always queue in with randoms and trios, maybe a solo duo trio. That'll be super sick. And I think that's the only shortcoming of this game from what I'm experiencing right now. I'm so excited to try out that new map though pretty soon. I'm still leveling it up real quick. But man, this game is really, really fun. I actually had a lot of fun, and it's something that I'm going to be grinding out, man. So y'all got to let me know. Have y'all played this game, or have you tried it out since it's gone free? Are you excited for it? If you're a fan of Fortnite and you're wishing for a Fortnite VR, this is basically it. And you can do so much in this game, and they have a lot to kind of work towards. So all of that being free, on top of you getting optimized skins and buying new skins, like there's just so much to look forward to. If they can do it the right way, this game can really level up and be a fun experience. Again, they gotta make it to where it's just a solo battle royale experience. That'll be huge in this game, man. So y'all gotta let me know what's up. I appreciate y'all, man. Any thumbs up, likes, and just any type of supports is really appreciated. But y'all gotta comment what y'all like and what you don't like about this game, what's difficult or anything, and let's chop it up, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace.